This totally looks like houses in the Kenyan countryside. Even the woman is dancing, the woman making her hair. I like that she's decided to go with the... That Gursha? Okay, guys, hello, salam. Salam mangi balla ka Kenya neng mambo naitwa MAINGI natoka Kenya. Today we're here to do another reaction to a Hewan Gebrewold song. The name of the song is Nana. Nana. Okay. First of all, guys, like the videos, share the videos, click on the bell notification so that you can get notified when I upload a new video. And subscribe. I never actually ask people to subscribe anymore. But guys, subscribe to the channel. Like, okay, here's my channel. 95% of the views are from people who haven't subscribed. Okay, so now what do we know about Hewan Gebrewold? Hewan Gebrewold, I reviewed her other song. Was it Keminew? Keminew, it was good. It was interesting. They had this dance. Lots of Kenyan ethnicities actually have that dance as well. Okay, moving on. Country of origin, Ethiopia. We're gonna do, instead of just me talking about Ethiopia, you guys should learn also about another country, because I keep talking about what we do know about Ethiopia, and most of y'all are Ethiopian. Most of the people who watch the video are Ethiopian, so they're going like, wow, so this Kenyan's telling us about our culture. No, I know that's what you guys are chilled, relaxed. I mean, come on, for real, like chilled, relaxed, very supportive in the comments, and not like heavily. I've not actually been really heavily criticized. And when I do something wrong, somebody just tells me, oh, just switch this and this and this. Ethiopia, capital, Addis. Nairobi, Kenya, capital, Nairobi. Population, 100 million. Kenya population, 50 million. Ethiopia is divided into 11 regions. I'm not so sure. Kenya is divided into 47 counties. Nairobi population is about 5 million or more, 9 million in the metro area of Nairobi. Those are the counties of Kiambu, Murang'a, Kajiado, Machakos. Yeah, those counties. And Nairobi itself, of course. The second largest city in Kenya is Mombasa. Mombasa is the second most important city, second largest city, and all of that. Mombasa's population in the Mombasa proper area is 1.2 million people, but in the metro area I think it's about 3 million people. Now, Kenya's major geographical features: the north is dry, the south is greener. The Nairobi is cool, very cool, it's always a nice temperature. In Nairobi, I don't think you need air conditioning. In Mombasa, you do need air conditioning. In cities like Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, you for sure do need air conditioning. In Nairobi, you do not. I promise. Except maybe in February. In February, it could get hot. It could get like 29 degrees is the maximum. I've lived in Seoul, South Korea. The max, sometimes it's as high as 30, 39. Like, come on, some of these heat waves. African countries don't see this. People think we're dark because of the heat. I mean, come on. Like, it's just insane. Okay, what else? Ethiopia also has the Rift Valley, splitting the country in half. Kenya's Rift Valley doesn't split the country in half. What splits the country in half is the equator. The equator runs right through the half of Kenya. It cuts Kenya right almost in two perfect halves. The Rift Valley goes through the Midwest part of the country. It forms one of Africa's largest lakes, Lake Turkana. Lake Turkana is actually Africa's largest saline desert lake. It's the world's largest saline desert lake, something like that. I don't remember correctly. Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake by surface area. Lake Tanganyika is in Tanzania though. We're not gonna talk about that. Other major lakes, Lake Naivasha. Is it Lake Nakuru? Okay, my lake, whatever, is not that good. Longest river, Tana River. Longest river in Ethiopia, probably the Blue Nile. Largest county is Turkana. Turkana is in the northwest part of the country. Largest region is Oromia in Ethiopia. Smallest region in Ethiopia is Harar. Smallest county in Kenya is actually Mombasa, which is the second largest city. It's the second largest city, but it's the smallest county. It's about 200 kilometers square. Kenyan history. The major historical figures I would talk about is Fumaliongo. Although none of them really founded the Kenyan state. Major historical figures are like Fumaliongo from the 1300s, and then 1400s. Who's there? The Sultan of Malindi did something important in the 1400s. Then the 1500s. Who's there? The 1500s is when the Kilwa Sultanate collapses. See, all the Swahili coasts, all these Swahili cities were all under the Kilwa Sultanate. But then something happened around the 1500s, and then they collapse. They become fractured. So they turn into city-states. So from 1513 to about 1593, around that time, most of these city-states are self-governing. Okay, I say till around 1593 because 1593 is when, in 1498, the Portuguese visit the coast of Kenya. They visit Malindi in Kenya. And then in 1593-ish, they start building Fort Jesus, which is Kenya's oldest fort, actually. I think either that or the one in Lamu. The Lamu one was built in 1800s, yeah. So in 1593, they build the fort and all of that. The fort then becomes... So then they take over Mombasa. And then the Omanis come over and take Mombasa because they don't want the Portuguese to have it. And then the Omanis lose control of the fort to somebody else. So it goes back and forth. And then the British eventually also come in and try to fight for it. And then local leaders also try to fight to own Mombasa. So by the 1700s, there's this literature guy who... Muyaka bin Haj. Muyaka is definitely a Bantu name. Bin Haj after Hajj. So Muyaka, he basically notices this, and then he writes first secular Swahili literature talking about how the Kisiwa cha Mvita, how Mombasa is an island of war. Mombasa was known as the island of war mainly because just lots of countries fought over that place. Very many countries. Anyway, before all of that, in places like Pate and the Pokomo, in Pate, you had leaders like Bwana Mkuu and Bwana Tamu. In Mombasa, I think it was the Mazruis who led the place. Other major historical figures are like Syokimau. Syokimau was a major historical figure. Luanda Magere. Luanda Magere is also a historical figure. We learn about him. And then there were the kings of the Wanga Kingdom. Wanga Kingdom was in the west side of Kenya. It was thought to be an offshoot of the Buganda Kingdom. The Buganda Kingdom actually was a major kingdom in Uganda. It occupied you have Uganda. Okay, I know you don't know, but then you have Uganda. We learned about this within schools in Kenya because we learn each other's history together, sort of. You have Uganda, and then the southern half of the country was the Buganda Kingdom. Think below Lake Choga. I'll put the map. And the Buganda Kingdom had Kabakas for a long time. You had Kabaka Mwanga, Kabaka Mutesa. Now, the Wanga Kingdom in Kenya had kings as well. Now, I won't really dive into that. The Luo people they're Nailosaurians. They're in the west side of Kenya. They were led by a Ruoth. Now, the Meru in Kenya, they're led by what we call Njurincheke. The Kamba people were led by what we call Andu Anene. Andu Anene means big men. It's kind of like how in Swahili you would say Muko, like the old person, or Munene. Okay, in Swahili sometimes you'll hear somebody say mimi ni mnene or mimi ni mkubwa, like I'm big. When we say big, we just mean the boss. Just think of it that way. Now, so major old historical figures: Fumodiongo, Syokimau, Muyaka bin Haji. The first piece of Swahili literature, major, just literature of any kind, was written in 1652. That's the Hamziya. It was written in Arabic script because Swahili at that time was written in Arabic script. Swahili was written in Arabic script up until the 1900s, 1800s, late 1800s. Who else? In the 1700s, by the 1700s, 1800s, the Kamba Nyamwezi are the ones who are dominating trade in the interior parts of Kenya and Tanzania. The Kamba in Kenya, the Nyamwezi in Tanzania. So these guys are the ones who ferry goods from the interior to the outside. And who else? So those are the major historical figures I've talked about. Fumuliongo, Muyaka bin Haji, Syokimau, Bwana Mkuu, Bwana Tamu. Now the post-colonial heroes that I do know are like Mekatilili Wamenza. Mekatilili Wamenza, really important woman who fought against the British. There is Kimathi wa Shiuri. Kimathi wa Shiuri ended up being murdered by the colonial administration. His body has actually never been found up until now. And all of that, actually. So yeah, lots and lots of ancient history. Of course, with Ethiopia, I've talked about starting with Menelik. And then you have Gebrewold Nana, you have Dawit, you have Dawit, I think it's David. In Swahili, Daudi. In Swahili, we would call him Daudi. Okay, and yeah, I've also talked about Zewditu and Queen Taitu. Yeah, and Kenya also has the Kapenguria 6, the Mau Mau Rebellion, in the state of emergency in 1952. Kenyan soldiers fought in World War I and II, so they returned back home and were like, no, there's something wrong with our situation in Kenya. We think we're treated as equals, but we're second-class citizens. And those guys are the ones who kind of triggered the whole independence movement. Now, I'll dive into the song. I'll also talk about the origins of Bantu people and all of that later on. Okay, so I'm gonna start recording the song in 3, 2, 1. Negus. I think Negus means leader, king, or something like that. Negus means king in Amharic, maybe. Okay, in Swahili, mfalme. And then queen, malkia. So in Swahili, you can also call the queen of Sheba, you could look it up, Malkia wa Sheba. Or in Swahili, they won't say Sheba, they'll say Sheba. I like the traditional dress, really. This totally looks like houses in the Kenyan countryside. Okay, what's the meaning of Nana? I'll look it up after. Even the woman is dancing, the woman making her hair. I like that she's decided to go with the, it's good. Even the hair looks good. Is that Gursha? Not really. Nana, Hewan. No. Okay, so that's Nana by Hewan Gebrewold. Let me look it up. Let me look up what Nana means, first of all. And then I'll close my computer. So, Nana. Is this Nana? There's no meaning? Yeah. Okay. Nana. Okay. Closest meaning to what it would mean in Swahili. Nana. No, we don't have Nana. We have Nini. Nini what? Nini what? And then in some ethnicities, Nini could mean small. It's small. Okay. Hewan Gebrewold's song Nana was good. It was just short, but then it was full of excitement. Definitely shorter than Keminew. Yeah, I like the traditional style. I like the traditional beat infused with the it's like a whistle type sound infused with the almost like electro type beat. It's really good, that part. So it's really innovative. And that's pretty much it. Like there's nothing else to say. There's not much criticism, not much else to say. And plus I've already spoken about my country and I've done the reaction. I know some of these reaction I take more time to explain about my country, but I feel like I've also talked a lot about Ethiopia. It's something to do. It's time to do something different. Plus that was requested. It was requested that I do teach a bit about Kenya itself and all of that. Anyways, asanteni sana, amesagana lao. Okay, sawa sawa. Baadaye. Sawa sawa, it means okay. We like saying sawa twice. We rarely say it once. So we say sawa sawa. Baadaye, later.